Alright, so if you play a lot of solo queue Siege, you'll probably realise that attacking is usually a lot harder than defending. I've been working on my attacking when I'm solo queuing recently, and I've found 5 tips that work really well for improving my attacking win rate, to the point where I'm starting to favour attacking over defending. For tip 1, you have to let your teammates dictate the pace of the round. Now, a lot of people when they're solo queuing, they're going to fall into a trap of either playing too fast by themselves or playing too slow by themselves, so they'll sit on roofs and bait, or they'll run in trying to get frags and die. Now, I was a part of this too. I would go in and do my own thing because I've been playing this game competitively for quite a few years. I do a lot of things quicker than most people because I'm used to doing it fast in a competitive environment where everybody knows what they need to do, so they get it done quite quickly. Because of this, I would find that I was going too fast for what my teammates could keep up with, and they just didn't. This meant that nobody was in positions to refrag us, or they were like trying to skip steps to try and keep up, which causes round losses because it adds a gap in between you and your team. So because of this, I've been working on trying to go at the same pace as my team, and in that I've been trying to watch them through walls to see where they are in the round and what stage they're at within the round. The reason why you need to watch people through walls rather than just ask them is because they might not communicate what they're doing. They might not answer you. So if you just watch them, you can see exactly what they're going to be doing. So if it looks like they're baiting or waiting for peaks, I'll do the same as them. If it looks like they're gearing up for a rush, I'll go follow up with them to try and refrag. If it looks like they're going to try and get a wall open, I'll see if I'm like in a position to go and help them by going to get bandits off, or going to peek the guy trying to trick, or trying to do something to get the util off. And the reason why you want to do this, as I said before, if you go at your own pace and you go too fast or you go too slow, you're creating a gap in between your teammates and you. Whereas if you try and keep the same pace, you'll nearly always be in positions to refrag. You'll nearly always be at the same point in the round. And even though if you're a player that goes too fast and you're trying to slow down a little bit to keep up with, like to keep at the same pace as them, this doesn't mean that the attacks are going to be slower. This just means that where in the past you would have been zooming ahead and they're facing roadblocks, you're now able to stop them from facing them roadblocks because you're working at the same speed as they are. So it helps like everybody in that situation. The next thing I've been doing is working out win conditions and looking at win conditions. Now, a win condition in Siege is something that is going to win you a round. This could be getting 5 kills as a win condition, getting a plant down and holding a post plant as a win condition. As a defender, if you drop the guy with a diffuser, then you hold that diffuser and win the round off that, that's a win condition. You need to realise where these win conditions are within the round. Or if you think like, we want to push this way, but we're getting a roadblock, we're stuck here, your win condition might be to switch around, go the other way, go for a bit of a flank, or like do a whole team rotation around. You need to know what your win conditions are to win rounds, but you also need to work on what the enemy's win conditions are, because they're also going to be looking for win conditions. If you lose a diffuser somewhere, and then you're just continuing with your attack, someone could be sitting holding that diffuser to win the round. That's their win condition. So you need to think like, okay, we've lost diffuser there, let's get it back quickly, just to make sure they're not just holding it for the whole round. You need to work out what your win conditions is and what their win conditions are as well, and then figure out how to complete your win condition and counter their win conditions at the same time. The next thing I want to talk about is to communicate even if nobody else is. So in Siege, communication is key, and in solo queue it's very hard to get people to communicate with you. It's very hard to get people to work off of you, and you'll probably find that in a lot of games nobody really talks. Now this can be helped by you being the first one to speak up, you being the first one when the game starts, like, hello guys, everyone doing alright, how's everyone doing? Just say something, break the ice, like just say something funny, say a joke, like just pick a random person on your team and ask him how his day is and see if he starts talking, and then maybe he's queued with someone else so he starts talking as well. Just be the first one to speak up, because in a lot of situations I used to be the person that wouldn't speak up the first, and that meant a lot of games had no communication because nobody else did that as well. But now if I speak up first, I hear a lot of people just start using the mic more, because it's 2025, everybody's got a mic, there's just choosing not to use it. So if you break the ice, make sure like people think that you're friendly, then they'll start talking as well, and then you'll have a game with communication rather than a game with no communication. But not just that though, if you do find a game where nobody's talking, you still continue to talk, you still continue to give info, because even if they're not talking, they're still hearing the information. So if you die, you're watching cams, give the information that you're seeing on the cam, don't just yellow ping, don't just red ping, give the information. People can react a lot easier to sound calls, like to sounds, rather than looking for a ping. Like you ping it, they have to then hear the ping, look for the ping, then understand what the ping means. Whereas if you were to just say, there's a guy here, or there's a guy flanking you, if you were to just say it, that speeds it up so much more. And even if they're not talking, you can still talk. You still have a mouth, you still have a microphone. Just talk to them and give the information. The next thing is something that I used to be kind of like against, well, not against, but it was something that I never really did. And then I've started doing it now just because I realised the impact of actually doing it. And this is to fill operator gaps. It's something that everybody kind of knows already is a good thing to do. But actually do it. Don't just tell people to do it. You do it as well. Like, practice what you preach. I used to be on the side of like, I'm gonna tell people to fill operator gaps because I know it's necessary, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm greedy. You need to be like, realize, like, get off your high horse and kind of realize that it's about winning and losing. It's not about getting kills on your favorite operator. If you need a thermite to win a round and nobody plays the thermite, you may as well just all leave the game because nobody else is gonna, like, because you're not gonna win that round unless you have a hero play. And you can't rely on hero players to win every single round, especially if you're in the higher rank. Work out what gaps are like in the operator lineup and then just fill it. Like, learn the operators that fill a lot of gaps. So learn how to play breachers, learn how to play soft support, learn how to play people with like AMPs, learn how to play soft breach if you need a soft breacher. And then start filling the gaps in that are needed in the team. Because like I already know how to play all of the operators because I've played the game for 10 years. So I can very easily just jump in and fill gaps. And because I've started doing that, this is probably what has impacted the win rate like increase a lot by itself. Me working on filling operator gaps. Now, the very last tip that I'm going to talk about is first picks. Now, it's very, very, very important to get the first pick in a round. When I was in a competitive team, well, when I was in the very last competitive team that I was on, we kind of had a stat that was like our win rate percentage based on if we got the first pick or if we lost the first pick. And it was something along the lines of 80% of the rounds that we had the first pick, we would win the round. So would you like to win 80% of your rounds? If you would, then try and get a first pick. Now, don't do it stupid to the point where you die, but make sure that if you see an opportunity to get a kill, first pick, then go for it. Don't risk dying over it, but like if you see a very, very easy opportunity to get a first pick, and a lot of the times early in the rounds, defenders will give you that opportunity. If you go like on Oregon, one of my favourite strategies is to go straight rappel on the kid's window and just punch a hole in it and then look through it. And I'll get a first pick on somebody rotating around site who's not ready for it. Or the same goes for the games window on Oregon top floor. Make sure that you're trying to find these little freebie strategies. If you want some ideas of some freebies, I can probably do videos on them because there's so many different little places you can get free kills from really early in the round. So if you would like to see a video on that, then comment it down below and I'll make a video on it. But yeah, essentially that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. It's quite a little bit of a short one, but I just wanted to get this advice out there because these are things that I've been working on myself and I've noticed that they're improving my win rate. So if I give these tips to you guys, hopefully it'll let you increase yours as well. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Changing mag. Throwing frame.